The Committee of Chief Compliance Officers of Banks in Nigeria has urged Nigerians to shun all financial crimes and acts of corruption.
The group staged a work against corruption as part of activities marking its 10th year anniversary. Opeyemi Adojutelegan joins us now on the news to discuss this. He's the chairman of Association Chief Compliance Officers of Banks in Nigeria. Many thanks for joining us, Opeyemi.
Thank you very much.
Really, let's get into it now. In what specific ways are the banks implementing ethics in terms of compliance? How do you think the banks should do these specific terms?
Okay, thank you very much. So I think one of the things that banks have done, is to invest in human resources, to invest in technology, and to basically, ensure that members of staff are properly trained on things that relate to ethics, things that relate to ensuring that, there's a compliance culture that is inherent in the banks. And part of what we've done as an association is to come together and make sure that we drive home the message of compliance, of ethics, and of ensuring that things are done properly in the banks that we work for.
How are you driving home that effort?
Okay, so thank you. So there are different ways. I mean, we collaborate with stakeholders. Our stakeholders include our regulators, law enforcement agencies, other agencies, NGOs, and amongst ourselves, we create awareness. We basically do trainings. We do quite a lot, and the whole idea is to ensure that at the end of the day, each bank is compliant and, does the right business the right way.
In terms of measuring effectiveness, how does your organization measure in terms of financial crimes, ensuring that this is entrenched?
Okay, thank you. So I think part of the ways we measure our effectiveness is the collaboration that we have with law enforcement agencies. So in the time the association has been in existence, and I mean the reason why we're doing all of this is because we're celebrating our 10th anniversary. The work that we've had with law enforcement agencies and regulators, on a regular basis it has gotten better. So now we've got to a point where the regulators, talk to us regularly. Law enforcement agencies come to us. Before regulations are released, they sound it off us. We review those things, and where we think there's certain things that cannot be implemented, we basically would have meetings with them. So I think part of how we measure effectiveness is by looking at some of the things we've done both locally and globally. So globally, we've had organizations outside the country that, are interested in partnering with us. They've seen the good work that we're doing, and they've asked us, to try and, be an affiliate of the organizations. Or
are you getting support from them?
Well, the kind of support we get from them, not financial support, but we get support from them in terms of capacity building. So there's an organization in the UK that for so many years, would organize trainings for us, and our members would go to the UK, and we used to, those things are called study tours, and they take us to different organizations that have been in existence for hundreds of years, and then we talk to them and they tell us how they've managed to be compliant and how they've managed to be ethical and how they've managed to run organizations that are sustainable.
Okay, but the bottom line really is the people. And yes. I think the most effective measurement of how effective you are would be what the people say. What are the people saying about this?
Well, what the people are saying, so I'll take that in. So there are two parts to that question. Yeah. The first part relates to the people that work for the organizations, that work for the banks. I think if you look at it from the point of view of what the people see, the awareness that we've created in our respective banks, the awareness has gone up a few notches from where it was a few years ago. So from a people perspective, from the point of view of our organizations, I think we've done tremendous work. And from the point of view of people who are outside the organization, I think they're beginning to feel the impact of what we do, the message we're driving, the message we're creating. So for instance, we had the walk on Saturday, and it was quite, interesting. Everybody was interested in, getting our flyers, asking us questions. What do you do? And so I think the buzz that we've created, I think, it's been positively received by the populace.
All right, Opeyemi Adojutelegan, Chairman, Association of Chief Compliance Officers of Banks in Nigeria. Thanks for your time on TVC News Hour.
Thank you very much for having us.